My name is Jillian Perrick, and I'm a lover of all things orange chocolate. Think One Tree Hill is way better than the OC. And as a person who stutters, I hope to one day inspire women with invisible disabilities to overcome their limiting beliefs and start the business of their dreams, just like I did. I'm a mindset coach specializing in imposter syndrome, helping women beat their inner imposter using neurolinguistic programming, hypnosis, and time techniques. And this is the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. This podcast is for you if you're an entrepreneurial woman trying to navigate the online space with a lot of passion and a lot of uncertainty. If you feel like your ideas are unoriginal, that your message isn't necessary or important, or like you're a complete and total fraud, then you've come to the right place. This podcast will take you from imposter to empowered with ninja-like brain hacks, easy to implement strategies, and uplifting real talk to make you feel like everything you want is in reach. Let's get started, girlfriend. Hey everybody. So today's podcast episode is actually from an IGTV, an Instagram live that I did that I uploaded to my IGTV, and it's all about how your business is important and necessary, and that kind of imposter syndrome-y feeling that you may be getting from feeling like your work isn't necessary for the collective, especially if you're like an online coach or a virtual assistant or something like that. I'm no stranger to the feeling of, is my work really impacting people in a good way? Like, what's my work all coming to? You know what I mean? That weird kind of feeling of if our work is actually important to the world. So I hope you enjoy. Hello, everybody. Thought I'd give you guys a little Monday pep talk. This is something that I think comes up with basically every person that I coach. And not even that, but it also comes up for me as well. And it's very unspoken. So you know how imposter syndrome is something that people don't always acknowledge when it comes to their business or how they're feeling. And with that can come a lot of shame, because we feel like if we feel like an imposter, we must be doing something wrong, right? So feeling like an imposter can really bring up a lot of negative feelings in terms of just, I should know what I'm doing. I should know how to be an entrepreneur. I should know how to run my business. I should know what stuff to talk about when I go live, all that stuff. So, and imposter syndrome, again, is something that's very unspoken. You know what I mean? It's something that is like, okay, I'm feeling this way, but a lot of people can be afraid to talk about it, because if they do, they're afraid that someone's going to see that and be like, oh, this person doesn't know what they're doing, because they think that they don't know what they're doing. And that's never the case. I think 70% of people experience imposter syndrome in their lives and in their careers. And it can be because of a myriad of things. But honestly, it is, yeah, oh fuck, yeah, totally. I know what you mean. I charge $25 for a group coaching program. $25. Everyone, let's just let that sink in. I charged $25 for a group program, and that was after I had finished my fucking master's degree. Like, I am very qualified, and it doesn't matter. Imposter syndrome don't care. Imposter syndrome doesn't care. So the whole point of this live, the whole point that I wanted to jump on and really just give you guys a little bit of a pep talk around this is because there's a very unspoken thing that a lot of us online entrepreneurs have, and that is feeling like our work is unimportant or unnecessary. Feeling like, in terms of the collective, our work is not something that is like honorable or something that is something to be proud of. For example, I work for the government full-time, and the job that I do is something that is really important to society as a whole. And this was a part of the reason why I felt like, oh my God, the work that I do as a coach isn't important, because of the work that I do in my full-time job is very, very important to the collective. So I had some imposter syndrome around the fact that I didn't feel like the work I was doing as a coach was making an impact in the greater scheme of things in terms of the collective consciousness. But what I realized was, when I can positively impact one person, they are carrying that into their lives, into their businesses, into whatever they're doing next, into the next client that they have. Every time I have a call with a client and they realize something new about themselves, or they figure out a solution to something, I am passing on that knowledge, that expertise that they can then use moving forward, either with their own clients or even in their life. If you are, let's say you are a health and wellness coach, like you can consciously see, okay, like, yeah, I'm helping somebody get fit or get healthier or whatever. But what you don't realize is you are cultivating something deeper than just a healthier, more fit type of body. You are cultivating that satisfaction and happiness within that person, and they are then carrying that into their relationships, into the rest of their lives. And it's kind of like experiencing a ripple effect. So you are creating a ripple effect. So think of yourself in your coaching or whatever you do as a tiny, tiny stone. And even though you think, I am so insignificant, this is so insignificant because it's just a tiny stone in a sea of stones, as soon as you throw it into the water and you skip it, it creates a ripple effect in the water, and it creates a movement that will then move other parts of the water. And that's how you really need to see yourself. And you also need to see that your impact is impacting somebody, even if it's just one person. So what if you focused on that one person who you can change instead of trying to think so grand scheme of things? Listen, you're not fucking Tony Robbins, okay? You're not Tony Robbins yet. You totally could be. I can see that for you. However, right now, why can't it be good enough for you to focus on that one client who you want to impact? Why can't that be good enough that you can help that person? Because you do not know where that person is going to take this learning. You don't know if it's going to improve their relationship with their partner, and then they have really good relationship satisfaction, and then they go and they do amazing things. You don't know these things. You are just trying to see it all and be it all. And this is something that can really affect you if you're so worried about the long-term goal in terms of being like, I need to impact 100 people for my work to be purposeful, but you can't impact those 100 people until you impact one. That one person is just as important because they are added to those 100 people who you're trying to impact. And then over time, like if I were to say this in January of this year, I had maybe worked with about 6 or 7 people tops, but now I've worked with like 30 to 50 people, I want to say. And that's a lot of people. But if I would have been telling myself in January, well, you've only worked with a couple people, so you're really not making a difference, I wouldn't have been able to focus on the fact that I have impacted so many other people and that I am going to impact so many other people. You know what I mean? And again, this thought of, is my business important? There are literally conventions for My Little Pony. Like there are services in the world in which like you would think they wouldn't have an audience, but they totally do. And are those people worrying about the fact that they're not making an impact? Because really it's about the happiness of other people. We all have a common goal. Whether you're a business coach, a health and wellness coach, a life coach, a mindset coach, a manifestation coach, whatever you do, your goal for anybody is to make them feel better or make them happier. Especially, like, it doesn't matter what it is. If you are helping them create a business so they can make more money, it's so they can feel better. It's so they can feel happier. And when we have more conscious humans, we are creating a more collective consciousness. And the law of divine oneness is that we are all one. So when you impact that one person, you are impacting the rest of the world as well. You are doing somebody a service in which they are able to feel better or feel happier or feel more successful in their business or feel more successful with their partner. Even if it's something, let me take an example from somebody who I'm in a joint mastermind with. She helps women get 3D ultrasounds. If you're on here, I'm sorry if I fucked that up, Juliet, but let me know. But anyways, that brings a lot of happiness and peace to people when they can see those 3D ultrasounds of their babies. Like, it's, if we were trying so hard to be everything to everybody, we wouldn't get anything done. And that's why it's also super, super important to niche down, because if you niche down, you realize that you actually have a wide pool of people because you're able to help them with one specific problem, but that resolution creates a ripple effect. Wow, that's so true. Yeah, it's, you are creating a result for somebody that will carry into the rest of their lives. You don't have to be everything to everybody. That is not your job, and you can't do that anyway. So you're already setting yourself up for failure, trying to be everything to everybody and trying to tell yourself that unless what I'm doing is so important to the collective, then it's not worth it. But what if it was worth it for one person to get something out of what you offer them so they can get some type of resolution or happiness or peace? Like let's take the example of, oh my God, there is a store in our hometown, and it's I want to say it's like a vacuum cleaner repair store. And we're always like, who the fuck would go there? Like, just get a new vacuum. But anyways, they are providing a service so you can get your fucking vacuum fixed and then you can feel good about cleaning your house. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be that complicated. It doesn't have to be like, oh, if I'm not making a really big difference to make the world a big and better place. Of course, we need those types of people, but your service is doing that. Yes, I worked with one woman on her body image and self-love, and now she has a body positive podcast. Such a ripple effect. Yes, I love that, because when you are creating the happiness in that person, they are therefore spreading it to everybody in their lives, to their business. They're doing bigger and better things. And that's why your fear of, is this going to run out? Is Instagram going to shut down? I'm not going to have a business anymore. All these fears about your business that you probably don't talk about enough, they're all things that aren't true, because we all need this type of support. The world is starting to really realize how important it is to have people who can help you in different areas. And if you're a life coach, if you're a business coach, if you're a mindset coach, whatever you do, if you're a virtual assistant, your work is necessary and important to somebody, because you are creating a solution for somebody. You are helping them with one aspect of their life. I don't expect my housekeeper to solve my inner child shit. You know what I mean? We all have our different roles and things that help us be whole human beings, but that wholeness is incumbent on you. You are in charge of creating that wholeness for yourself and going out and looking for the different things that can help you become whole. You already are whole, but you don't expect one person in your life to make your entire life better. You could have a therapist, but you're not expecting her or him to change your entire life. You have to do that for yourself. And I think we also need to remember that as online entrepreneurs, is we have a mission, we have a purpose, and your job is to do that without worrying if what you're doing is making a huge impact on everything and everybody in every single way. Because if you worry about that, you're worrying about something that you honestly can't control, and then you're just gonna feel more like a fraud. And why don't I know everything, and I'm gonna need to go get another certification or another piece of education that I think I need because I need to be everything to everybody. When I was trying to really start out, I was trying to incorporate business coaching with mindset coaching. And yes, it sounds great, but business coaching was not my forte. It isn't. I have had coaches, so I have a lot of really good information, but I just don't feel like it's my forte, and I don't really like it that much. So it felt so out of alignment to try and be a mindset coach with business coaching as well. It just didn't feel right to me. It didn't feel in alignment with me. And therefore, it was really hard to sell because I was trying to be everything to everybody. And that's not to say that somebody wouldn't need a business and mindset coach, because honestly, like, you really need the two of them together. But if it doesn't feel right to you, if you're trying to be everything to everybody, it's not going to work out. You're going to feel stretched too thin. You're going to feel like you're still not serving your purpose. So this is your permission to do the thing that you want to do and do it really well. But do that one thing and know that your purpose, your mission, your coaching business, your virtual assistant business, whatever it is, that is good enough, and you are impacting somebody. And when you impact even one person, you are creating that ripple effect. You are creating that positive impact on somebody that they are going to carry into the rest of their lives. And then you can be the Tony Robbins, and then you can do all these amazing, really impactful, huge things. It's just you have to start somewhere. You can't start off with having millions and millions of viewers on your Instagram live videos. You have to start with the 6 or the 5 or the 1 or the 2 or whatever. But you have to start. And if you don't think that you can even positively impact one person, what makes you think that you can positively impact 100 people? You know what I mean? Thanks so much for listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast with me, Jillian Perrick. If you loved this episode, take a screenshot and share it on your Instagram story. And don't forget to tag me at Your Coach Jill. Of course, I'd love for you to rate the podcast 5 stars and leave a review. And if you screenshot your review and send it to me at Your Coach Jill on Instagram, I'll send you a free gift. At the very least, make sure you follow me on Instagram, again at Your Coach Jill, for tons of free content, strategies, and inspo. See you next time.